Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I tell you what this video is all about. Me trying to smash my own Clanboss record. Okay, I hit about 107 million going back. I don't know. We're talking a good. I mean, it's months ago. It's when Lydia came out. When Lydia first came out, must be 6 months ago or something. I smashed my own Clanboss record and I broke 100 million. And I hit 107. Since then, I've kind of gone back to the unkillable, easy street Clanboss stuff. But Yang, who's another YouTuber, showed me some really cool stuff about ally protection. Now, I already knew that ally protection was a strong buff, but I didn't quite understand the mechanics of how strong it was. So then I started to look into my own roster. I don't have Christie. Christie is the big boy of ally protection, okay? Christie, but because he brings ally protection, yeah, he brings ally protection for your whole team, but he also brings tons of other stuff. Increased defense, increased speed on himself. He brings decreased attack, decreased defense for the boss. He brings some sort of craziness. He brings so much, okay? I don't have him. So you start to look through your roster and you're trying to understand, well, which of the ally protectors do I have? And I've got a Skull Crusher. Skull Crusher's good, but he doesn't bring any other debuffs that I want. I've got Rearguard Sergeant. Again, she's good. She brings another debuff that I want in decreased attack, but it's not consistent enough. So she can't work. So then I'm like, who else have we got? And eventually, I landed on Big Mama, a Surga. I never thought I'd be throwing her into a record attempt for a Clanboss run. Didn't think I'd see her purely as an arena champion, but she brings me a consistent decreased attack. Yeah, 3-turn cooldown, and it goes on for 2 turns. That's perfect. That's plenty. She brings ally protection, which is up constantly. It's a 3-turn cooldown, and it goes on for 3 turns. Didn't realise that until I started looking into this. So Big Mama does bring me some stuff. She's not as good. She's not as good as the champion that I really want. And it's only an epic. She's not as good as, I'd say, best in class besides Christie at this role. Taragi the Frog. Best in class. I massively want this champion now. He is on my most wanted list. So he has got ally protection. He brings a shield at the same time. Now, you're probably like, shield, do we really care? Yes, you care. If you've got Brogni, Taragi is he's irreplaceable, actually. He's by far the best champion for this role if you don't have Christie and you've got Brogni. Okay, so Taragi the Frog comes in with ally protection and a shield. He also throws out some poisons, which is damage for you. And he's also got decreased attack on his A1. He's literally everything I need in this role in a little package. And I don't have him, which is frustrating. But I don't have him yet, so I can't play around with him. But I think we'll see how I get on in this video. But I think he would actually up my damage by at least another 20% of my overall number. So Asurga's coming in as my ally protector, and she's my decreased attack. So 2 of my key roles in one champion. Whenever you're building these teams, you need someone to do multiple things, yeah? So Asurga. We're bringing in Lydia. Lydia is bringing me strengthen, increased speed. So strengthen, straight up, reduce the damage I take by 25%. It's big. She brings increased speed. The only way I get to big boy numbers is if I am running on a 2-for-1 ratio to the Clanboss, which means that everybody gets 2 hits for every time the Clanboss does 1 hit. Okay? She brings me increased speed. And again, the only way you get to a 2-for-1 is if you've got someone who does increased speed and you've got someone who extends buffs. So I'll show you that champion in a minute. But she's bringing me increased speed and strengthen. She's also bringing decreased defense and weaken. 2 massive debuffs. So we've covered decreased attack, decreased defense, weaken. Yeah. She also brings block buffs, which means that the Clanboss on different affinities will not get his increased attack. That's actually massive as well. Poison sensitivity would be nice if I had the frog, but I do not. So Lydia is actually really big. If you were trying to run like a small time version of this, you could actually bring anybody with increased speed and extend their buff. Okay, so you could do it, but you would lose out on these debuffs, so you'd have to rework the comp to make that happen. I've then got my counter attacker as Marta. So Marta is bringing me increased defense. Unfortunately, I'd love Iron Brado in the team, but I don't have enough space. She brings me increased defense for 2 turns and counter attack. So it means that I get counter attack up for both AoE hits, which is big. I get increased defense up for both AoE hits, but I don't get increased defense up for the slam. I don't think the slam is going to be what kills me anyway. I think the AoEs will eventually kill me. So that actually doesn't really matter to me. I'm not even going to put accuracy in a build because I don't care about the decreased defense. I've got that covered. And I've also already got the decreased attack covered because this wouldn't have been up for 100% of the fight. So Marta is the 3rd person. 4th person on the list is Brogni. Brogni is like the new Valk, but maybe better. Brogni brings Shield Edge. He's quite tough to build. So his initial shield comes from HP, and then his shield extension or enhancement comes from attacking them. And the attack is based on attack. So you actually need good HP to start with, and then you need good damage to build a strong shield. He's also bringing me block debuff. So he's the person who's stopping me getting stunned. And he brings an increased attack, which for my team doesn't do a lot, actually. The other thing he does is he reflects damage. So anyone who's got a shield on, he reflects a portion of their damage. If you use Giant Slayer, then you get a chance to get Giant Slayer procs multiple times. It's kind of gross. So absolutely awesome. Awesome kit. He's honestly, he's up there. He's up there as one of the best champions in the game now. Now that we understand him ever better, I'd say he's up there as one of the strongest. You want him in Clanboss, he's going to be your highest damage dealer. You want him for Doom Tower, he's going to be your protector and your cleanser. There's literally nowhere in this game that he's not super solid. So Brogni, absolute beast. The other thing he is, in my comp, is my healer. Also heals. So when you're taking damage under shield, you're taking massive heals. He's absolutely insane, this guy. I love him. Brogni is sweet. So, Brogni, my healer, my shield champion, my damage dealer. What else do you want from a character, from a champion? So yeah, Brogni. Now, the one thing with Brogni is you do need a shield in play to extend the size of the shield. And Taragi would be way better for me than Usurga because Taragi does that base level shield that he could extend further. I don't have him, so I'm playing with what I've got. Does mean that I end up on one of the AoEs. The first AoE hit, I actually lose a shield on a couple of champions, which I think is going to be the reason that I die eventually. So Brogni. We've then got, as my last champion, Godseeker. So Sandlash could do this job. Godseeker does it, I think, slightly better. They both do good damage. Godseeker brings me a heal. And because Brogni's my only healer right now, I think Godseeker's heal on her A2 heals all allies by 15% of their max HP. Then decreases duration of all buffs on enemies. I'm not worried about that. I'm not building any accuracy for that. Then increases all of your buffs by 1 turn. So what I'm looking to do here is I'm looking to enhance the increased defense from Marta. I'm looking to enhance the Brogni shield so that it covers more hits. And then the A1 as well is also a minuscule heal. Heals the ally with the lowest HP by 5% of their max HP. Cannot heal themselves. So Godseeker is a super strong champ. What's a real shame is that it's also got increased healing here, by the way, which is nice for Brogni's heals. But the shame here is there's also this revive on death in a passive, which would be sweet, would be super cool for this run. But because of all the unkillable shenanigans that went on, they changed Clanboss so that he just blocks revive after 50 turns. So actually it kills off this part of an awesome kit, which would be awesome for this type of team. It kills it dead because this revive will never work. By the time we take enough damage that the revive is going to kick in, I think we'll get past it anyway, and that won't do anything. So let me show you builds. Let me show you masteries quick. Asurga, she's my ally protection champion. So I've got her in stalwart gear just to take less damage. Yeah, because she's going to be taking her own damage and a small slice of everyone else's. I've got her as a massive HP beast. 94k HP, 3k defense. Because we're running increased defense through Marta throughout the hits, I actually don't need anyone running more than 3k defense. In fact, more like 2.7, 2.8k defense, which is nuts, by the way. That blows my mind. Blows my mind. Because I've got increased defense up for all of the big damage, I need a small defense pool. 2.7 is this is more than I needed. She's running at 227 speed. I've got as much crit as I could into a build for the type of build that I'm running, and I do need accuracy in a build. So the important numbers are the speed, the defense, high HP because she's going to be blocking a ton of damage for other people, and the accuracy. And then the damage part of a build is the luxury. Okay, we have got Lydia in the new set, Guardian set. This is like a mini ally protection. So where it absorbs 10% of all damage dealt to ally champions. If I could put everybody in Guardian gear, I would. It's that good. For Clanboss, it's busted. Totally busted. So it's like mini ally protections running throughout your team. Now the first, so what it does is it stops some of the damage to your allies, and then the damage that comes to you has this kind of minuscule effect because there's some sort of weird coding in the way that allies receive damage. So Guardian set, totally busted for Clanboss. Easily the set that you should farm the most from Doom Tower if you can. It's like, it's not even close. Easily the best. You also get a nice little heal, 10% every turn. So you absorb 10% of damage from allies, and you heal 10% every turn. It's actually a really good set. So Lydia's in Guardian set. As I said, if I could put everyone else in it, I would. Brogni then. Brogni is just in random gear. Stats are what I cared about. So, oh, sorry, I didn't show you speeds and that on Lydia. Let me show you that quick. Lydia, 269 speed, 54-ish K HP, 2.8k defense. I need the accuracy to land her abilities. The speed has to be around this speed. You can fluctuate a little bit, but play around with that yourself with the calculators. And I wanted high-ish defense. Well, not high-ish defense, actually. 2.9k defense is what I was after. And then I wanted as much HP on top of that as I could get in Guardian set. Her Masteries are this kind of pretty standard setup, I'd say, for a lot of champions. Same sort of thing with Asurga. Yeah. Let's go on to Brogni. So Brogni, Brogni's quite stat hungry. 256 speed. I didn't care about accuracy. I don't care about his HP burn. If I get it on, it's a luxury. I need him to have 100% crit rate because I need him to hit to extend his shield to big numbers. So what gives you the shields? HP in the first place gives you a nice base layer of shield. And then his hit, which is based on attack, gives you the top-up part of the shield. So 3k attack, 230 crit damage. This, I've literally taken gear off my Trunder for this. I want this to be big. So Brogni in decent gear. Masteries, as I said, Giant Slayer. I've gone for the support tree for extendable shields. So yeah, and Giant Slayer is big because of his passive. So yeah, Brogni next up. Marta then. I'm going to eventually get Marta into Guardian set. I can't do it yet. So Marta's running at 218 speed, 4.8k defense. The reason why she's got high defense is because her damage comes from defense, not because it's give her any more survivability. So that's purely for damage. 50k HP, 100% crit rate, 228 crit damage. This is just a pure damage build. I don't care about accuracy. I don't need her debuffs. I need her counterattack and I need her increased defense. And then after that, I want her to hit. Okay? So she's in there purely for that. And then Godseeker's my last one. So Godseeker, I've got, again, in like random gear. Not even in like one set in a gear. It's stats over sets right now. We have got no accuracy. I don't care about that. It's purely about the right speed, 254. She's going to be my stun target, so I need high defense, lower HP. If I had her with high HP, this Clanboss would just smack her into the ground on the stun hits. So HP is not a concern here. 4.8k defense, 254 speed's the important part, and then she's built for damage. And her masteries are the same as what we saw on a couple of the ones at the start there. Same with Marta. So that's it. I mean, just for kind of anyone who's trying to build a team like this, what are we looking for? We're looking to keep ally protection up for as much of the fight as possible. Ideally, the whole fight, as in all of the hits. So if you're not able to go on a 2-for-1 speed, you can bring 2 ally protectors in, one to cover one hit, one to cover another hit. That's possible, but then you have to start working your debuffs and buffs around. You want increased defense up for both AoE slams if you want to run these type of defense numbers, where we're talking like the 2.8Ks. Okay, 2.8Ks. You want decreased attack on the Clanboss for both AoE hits. You want, ideally, decreased defense and weaken out there for as much of the fight as possible. And ideally, you need shield coverage to get you far into Clanboss. So, let's get into the run. Let's see if I can smash my own record. Let's go. So, OptiLink, as ever, he's an absolute genius on setups for this type of stuff. Helped me pull some of this stuff together. It's also based on Yang's team, which was based on my team. It's funny how they all kind of go around in circles, but basically we've got here, it's quite a long setup because I need Godseeker to get people in tune on turn 6. 6 turn delay. So by this point here, by turn 4, I can hit auto. But basically, this is a setup. I will link this down below if anyone wants to try and recreate it or use the same type of ideas. Yeah, let's get into the run. Okay, so what's important here, you need to have your stun target in position 2. Marta won't take the stun because she's going to have increased defense on when the Clanboss tries to stun. So my Godseeker goes in position 2. She's going to be my stun target. And yeah, let's get this setup going. And I guess what I'm looking for here is a strong damage per turn. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself out of the way. I'm going to let this play through, and you guys can watch this in action because it's about a 38-minute fight. So I'm just going to play it at like 5 times speed, and you guys can see it in action. But basically what we're doing here is we're ensuring that decrease attacks up the whole time. We're ensuring that counter attack goes on at the right time. We make sure that we keep ourselves shielded. And yeah, we smack this Clanboss up. Let's do it. Well, there we go. We've broken my record. Broken my record by something like 18 million, which is super awesome. And you know what's upsetting? If I had Taragi the frog instead of a Surga, I would smash this. I would get at least another 25 million. At least 25 million more on this comp just by having the Toad instead of Big Mama. But it's super cool. I mean, you can see how broken Under Priest Brogni is as a champion. He's bringing the most damage for me. He was bringing all of my shielding. He was my healer. Absolutely insane champion in this game. Under Priest Brogni plus the Toad together can do some disgusting stuff. Godseeker bringing a very healthy 29 million, my second highest damage dealer in there, as well as bringing the extend buffs, as well as bringing in some passive healing as well. So these two are probably my MVPs. Obviously, Marta's helping us with the counterattack and increased defense. Like, all of these champions are a piece of the puzzle. And if I take one out, I can't just swap them with someone else. It really doesn't work that way. You can't just swap one for another. Because I've been trying. I've been trying because I can see that there's still gaps in my setup. And without a Christie, it's very difficult to kind of fulfill all of the requirements that I spoke about earlier on in the video. So, bam, 125 million, my new record. Oh, all I want for Christmas is Taragi the Frog or Christie to push this way further. But for the first time in a long time, really excited about Clanboss again. I'm getting back into the swing of trying out some crazy new stuff. 38-minute run. 38 minutes. Bam, that's gone. That's down the drain. But there you go. I've been Hell Hades, smashing up the Clanboss. I will catch you later.